Hello and welcome to this demo of Astra Control Service on Google Kubernetes Engine and Azure Kubernetes Service. We'll show you how to address the data protection, disaster recovery, auditing and migration requirements for your business-critical modern applications. As demo environment, we've prepared a GKE cluster, Demo GKE, and an AKS cluster, Demo AKS, in different regions. A WordPress application with persistent volumes is installed in Demo GKE cluster, which we'll manage and protect with Astra Control Service. Let's start with a quick look at the Astra Control dashboard. Astra Control Service is a fully managed service by NetApp. It leverages Astra Trident as storage orchestrator and Cloud Volume Service for Google Cloud or Azure NetApp Files as persistent storage service. If you want to try out Astra Control Service, you can sign up for a free plan and manage up to 10 apps for free. We have added the first demo cluster to Astra Control already, so it shows up as one managed compute in the dashboard. Now let's add our WordPress application to Astra Control. Astra Control regularly scans the managed clusters and discovers applications automatically. So we see WordPress in the list of discovered applications already. We can drill down and see the details that Astra discovered. Persistent volume claims as well as Kubernetes objects like pods, deployments, replica sets and custom configs like secrets. The easiest way to add the application is to select WordPress based on its namespace and add it to Astra Control. Going back to the dashboard, we see that one application is now managed by Astra Control and that it's not fully protected yet. We don't have backups or a backup schedule yet. So let's protect our WordPress application in the next step. We can do this in the Data Protection tab in the Details view of the application. First, let's create an on-demand snapshot. Snapshots are stored locally and are based on the proven ONTAP snapshot technology, fast and no performance impact. Snapshots protect us against issues like accidental deletion and ransomware attacks already, as we can roll back the application to a previous snapshot now. While the snapshot is being taken, we can create a protection policy, scheduling hourly snapshots and daily backups, for example. We use the default bucket as backup destination, and after a final review of the protection policy details, we configure it. We're still missing a recent backup. If we don't want to wait until the scheduled daily backup run to be fully protected, we can also create an on-demand backup. Which can be taken from our existing snapshot. And we select to store it in the default bucket. Backups are stored externally in object storage buckets, so having a backup now also protects us from a failure of primary storage or the loss of a whole region. While the backup is being taken, let's modify the WordPress application a bit. We give it a different title for demonstration purposes. Let's rename the site to Astra Control Demo and verify the changes. Meanwhile, the backup finished successfully, and with snapshot and backup policies in place, our application is fully protected now. In the next step, we will add the AKS cluster to Astra Control. We do this in the cluster view in the Add Compute dialog, where we can select the cloud provider, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform and Amazon Web Services, which will be supported soon. To discover existing compute in Microsoft Azure, we defined the service principal already, and its credentials have already been uploaded to Astra Control. Our AKS cluster, Demo AKS, was discovered successfully, and we can configure the storage service in the next step. Astra Control will install and configure Trident and Azure NetApp files with 3 storage classes. Let's choose the standard class as default storage class and review the configuration. If we're happy with it, we can add our second compute. And see what Astra discovered about the new cluster. 3 worker nodes. No persistent volumes are defined in the cluster yet. And we see the 3 newly created storage classes for the Azure NetApp Files storage service. Now we can use the AKS cluster to demonstrate how to clone our application across clouds. For example, to test new workloads against it or to analyze application errors that occurred. In the application details view of the WordPress app, we can initiate the clone process, assign a name to the clone, and define the new namespace for the cloned application. Choose the destination compute, demo AKS in our case. As we want to go back to the initial state of the WordPress application, we choose the first on-demand snapshot we took at the beginning of this demo as clone source. After reviewing the clone information, we start the clone process. While the clone operation is running, let's have a look at the activity page on the Astra dashboard, where we can see that Astra Control tracks who did what, when, and indicates the severity of the actions. And we can filter by app, severity, user, and time, setting predefined, absolute, and relative time ranges. From the support page, we can go to the repository of all knowledge base articles on NetApp Cloud Services, including the articles on Astra Control. The official Astra Control Service documentation can also be reached from the support page. You can get help from the community via the Slack channel, send us an email with feedback, and open support cases from here. In the buckets view, we can see the details of the object buckets used to store the backups. For each cloud provider, a bucket is automatically created by Astra Control Service. But we can also add further existing buckets and change the default bucket if we want. Checking back in the application page, we see the cloning process finished in the meantime, and the cloned application should be ready on cluster demo AKS. By the way, the protection policies of an application will not be cloned and can be configured if needed. To check the cloned WordPress app, let's find out its external IP address and connect with a browser to it. So, we see the cloned WordPress site is in its initial state before the name change and is ready to use. Thank you for your attention.